Hey there, Nocturnals. This is it. This is the review of I Survived a Zombie Holocaust, a film that I actually really enjoyed from frame one to credit roll. It was brilliant. It was low budget genius. There's some really funny jokes in it and excellent pace throughout. There were some standout performances in it as well. The lead character, Wesley Pennington, was played by Harley Neville, and he was actually a really adorable character, a very likeable character, the ultimate nerd. He was the new runner on set of a film and also an aspiring scriptwriter. And the whole premise itself was really fun, which was that of a zombie horde basically taking over and devouring an entire cast and crew of a low-budget zombie film. So this gave us some really excellent situations, like there's this moment where a heroic character, well, supposedly heroic character, starts basically blowing the brains out of zombie extras instead of the actual zombies before he finally emerges loaded up to the gills with weapons and starts firing into the zombie horde before losing control of his weapon and shooting himself in the head. There was an excellent performance by Harry Love of Harold Beasley, who was the scriptwriter, who takes Wesley under his wing until he's taken out later in the film because he won't leave his notebook behind. And a mad scientist personified by a character method actor who ends up doing a very Boy Who Cried Wolf kind of scenario where he screams about the zombie hordes but nobody believes him because he's been screaming about the zombie hordes in between takes for the entire of the shoot. The genius of zombie extras being devoured by actual zombies. So there's a really amazing movie within a movie kind of feel to it. We start off in the film that they're shooting and then we lead quite quickly into the set of the zombie film and the behind the scenes kind of interactions with the insane director, who becomes more insane as the film goes on, reaching to his sort of climactic peak of crazy where he finally cracks and basically turns the camera on himself as he's devoured by the ravenous zombie horde. There's this genius prop gag where Wesley tries to put on one of the dismembered crew members' arms before he reanimates and starts eating his own intestines. Mike Edwards plays the repressed homosexual lead actor with the body of a demigod and the spine of a jellyfish, who catches something nasty off the lead actress and ends up with probably the first screen zombie dick. There's even a fairly gripping and yet hilarious emotional moment where Tane, played by Ben Brown, basically does a haka challenge in front of the zombie horde before going up in a blaze of glory. Everything plays out nicely. The film's very satisfying to watch. I laughed throughout the film and I watched it without basically losing interest at any point because the pace was so good and the acting was so over the top and outrageous and yet at the same time kind of believable within the scenario of the film that you just wanted to keep on watching. It was almost like a cartoon. And this film also personifies the struggle of independent filmmakers with internet piracy and breaching of copyright, with Guy Pigdon's battle for the illegal copy of his film to be taken off YouTube, which is truly heartbreaking when a young writer-director like Guy, who should be catapulting onwards in his career, has all of the potential profits of his film taken by illegal downloads and copyright infringements, like what's happening to this film at the moment. So I do urge you, if you've watched this film on YouTube or if you've downloaded it illegally using a torrent service, to buy a copy of the film or go onto the Patreon site for Pickerville Productions and give them some money, give them a donation, give them some support. I'll put the Pickerville Productions Patreon link at the bottom in the description of this video, of this review. If you haven't seen the film, I urge you to go and see it. It's a lot of fun to watch, especially if you like that genre of horror comedy, and I think they pulled off some really good moments of actual horror in it as well, even though it was, I think, at its core as a comedy and boy meets girl kind of story. So yeah, a thoroughly enjoyable film to watch from beginning to end. Lots of fun. If you like zombie films, it's perfect. If you like comedy zombie spoofs, it's an excellent film as well. I think it's got some really funny moments and it makes fun of the genre at the same time as honouring the genre, as well as at the same time it's kind of making fun of the filmmaking frustration and problems behind independent filmmaking, which are kind of personified in some of the scenarios in the film. So in that sense it's a lot of fun as well, where you can actually see the director's feelings sort of coming through and some of the dialogue from the actors, which I think that you can only really get that with a film like this, which is kind of like a movie about the making of a movie. So yeah, that's my review of I Survived the Zombie Holocaust. Excellent work, Guy and Harley. I can't wait to see your next production. You guys are doing great. If you keep on going, Guy, I think that there's no reason why you can't get to that point where you're as big as Peter Jackson or Vincent Ward or Jane Campion. I think that you're an excellent filmmaker. I think that you've got an excellent wit that came through in the film. You're very funny, you're a very funny writer. What you've created here is a really excellent film, without question. And you guys should be proud of what you've managed to do on, you know, what would basically probably be a large commercial budget for a TVC or an advertisement. I know that you wouldn't have got a lot of money to make this film, but you know, you've made every cent that you've got count. And it really shows. You've done an excellent job. You guys should be proud. Really happy to support you guys. Keep on making films. I can't wait to see what you do next.